You know how every great project starts with this amazing, clear vision, but then, somewhere between that big idea and the finish line, so many of them just go completely off the rails? Well, today, we're diving into the secret weapon for preventing that kind of derailment, the often misunderstood but absolutely essential business analyst. Let's break down exactly how they navigate change and deliver success.
I mean, we've all been there, right? A project kicks off with a brilliant idea, but it ends up with blown budgets, missed deadlines, and a result that nobody's really happy with. So what's the common thread in all these failures? It's usually not a lack of good ideas. It's a failure to manage the journey itself.
Because really, at its core, every single project is about managing change. Now, that change could be massive, like overhauling a company's entire financial system. Or it could seem kind of minor, like just tweaking a sales forecasting process. But don't let the scale fool you. Navigating that shift from how we do things now to how we need to do them is almost always the biggest hurdle.
So if change is this treacherous journey, who's the expert navigator? Well, this is where we bring in the business analyst, or BA. They're the specialized guide you hire to make sure your project actually reaches its intended destination.
Okay, so what does a BA actually do? Well, they're the ones steering any project that involves improving a process or a system. But the keywords here are target goals. See, they're not just there to manage a bunch of tasks. They are the strategic force making sure every single action taken is laser-focused on the real business outcome you're trying to achieve.
Let's think of it this way. A BA is the bridge. On one side of the canyon, you've got the business need, that initial spark of an idea. And way over on the other side, you have the finished solution. Without a really strong, well-designed bridge connecting those 2 points, that idea has no way of becoming a reality. The BA is the one who designs and builds that path.
So how in the world do they build this bridge? Well, their success really hinges on a powerful toolkit of 3 core skills. It's a toolkit designed to manage people, processes, and information with incredible precision.
And these are the 3 pillars of their work. First, information discovery. Second, analysis and synthesis. And finally, communication and collaboration. Now, this isn't just a random list of traits, it's a systematic process for taking a problem apart and then building a successful solution from the ground up.
But what's the one thing that fuels this entire process? It's intense curiosity. You'll find that great business analysts are just driven by this need to learn and to deeply understand a problem from every single angle. It's this curiosity that makes their whole skill set so effective, starting with how they find information.
So the process kicks off with information discovery. A BA acts kind of like an investigative journalist, gathering intel from all levels of the organization. They are absolute masters at getting the real needs from stakeholders, not just what people say they want on the surface. And meticulously documenting all these details is critical because it ensures the project is solving the right problem from day one.
Next up, they take all that raw data and begin the analysis and synthesis phase. And this is a constant balancing act. On one hand, they have to get down in the weeds, sifting through all the details to find those critical insights. But on the other hand, they have to zoom out to that 30,000-foot view, using those insights to map out the entire project and get the team aligned. It's this ability to toggle between the micro and the macro that creates a truly coherent strategy.
But you know, all the analysis in the world is completely useless if nobody understands it. And this brings us to their third and maybe their most vital function, breaking down the barriers to communication. And that's exactly why communication is their third core skill. A BA makes sure that everyone, from the developers to the executives, is working from the same playbook. Their documentation isn't just paperwork, it's the single source of truth that prevents misunderstandings, aligns the entire team, and ultimately, it boosts productivity by making sure no one's effort is wasted.
So we've seen how they do it, through discovery, analysis, and communication. Now let's tie it all together and talk about the why. What is the true value that a business analyst brings to the table?
This is their ultimate contribution. They provide a blueprint for success. They are the translators who convert these abstract business needs into concrete, actionable plans. They don't just participate in a project. They are the architects who design its path from just a simple idea to a valuable, tangible outcome.
So, as you head into your next big project, I want you to ask yourself this. Who is navigating the change? Who is building that bridge between your idea and its reality? Because having a really clear answer to that question might just be the key to your next big success.